Welcome back to the second part of this highly entertaining 8-board match between a crack team of world-class professionals and a brave team of Patreon supporters who have volunteered to take on this somewhat daunting challenge. The patrons are feeling pretty undaunted after the first 4 boards, however, as they are leading by 19 imps to 12. Can the pros pull it back in the second half? Let's take a look at board 5.
Ooh, nice long club suit for me to open.
Okay, my right-hand opponent has opened a club and I'm green against red. But I do want my partners to think I got a little bit more of a hand to enter the auction, and I'm not going to bid with a queen and a couple of jacks. It's a pass.
Wow, well, I've got a hand with 18 points. And partners opened the club. So I'm getting very excited here. I sort of feel like we got a slam on. We're for sure going to game. But I want to explore more than that. But at this stage, I'm just going to show my spades at the 1 level. And that's going to force my partner to say something else.
Partners come back and bid a spade. And what? One of Sally's aggressive week 3 jump over calls. Well, I can't really do anything here. I just have to pass, see what happens next. I don't know what my partner's got at this stage.
Okay, partner preempted 3 diamonds, and it looks to be a very good time to do so. Now, I could consider racing to 4 diamonds, but if they double and lead a few rounds of trumps, my hand may be completely trickless, and Sally may just have done the job for us already, so I'm passing.
So taking into account that Bridget probably has a weak no trump opening, I figure the best thing to do is bid 3 no trumps. I've got a diamond stopper in my hand. Well, Sally, you can hold up your ace for as long as you like, but it's not going to help. I've got plenty of entries to dummy, and I'm going to keep on playing clubs. Well, that was very frustrating. I wonder if I'd bid 4 no trumps after Sally's 3 diamonds, what Bridget would have made of that.
All of the pros seem to be demonstrating their characteristic attributes at the earliest opportunity in this match. Sally's non-vulnerable disruption tactics being wheeled out to good effect here. Not a bid everyone would choose, so let's see whether Chip goes for it at the other table.
I've got a 7-card club suit, not a great 7-card club suit, and I've got a normal 1-club opening.
Okay, so Peter opens a club. I have a 5-5, very weak hand. 5-5 in the majors. Should I come in with Michaels? I am not vulnerable, but God, my hand is so terrible. I think I'm gonna pass.
Partner opens a club. We have a really, really strong hand. We have an 18 count with a good 5-card spade suit and king 1 club. Slam is definitely in the prospect. So let's start bidding a spade and let's see how this auction develops.
Should I preempt 3 diamonds? The colors are right, but it sometimes helps the opponents on the play more than it hinders them on the bidding. My diamond spots aren't very good. I'm going to pass. I promised myself I wouldn't do anything crazy.
Partner bids 2 clubs. Very, very often 2 clubs would show 6 cards. So it's likely we have a club fit. And our hand is, if partner does have 6 clubs, say for example, ace queen to 6 clubs, queen 1 spade, and ace of diamonds, you're almost having play for 7 already. We should go slow, and we should find out more about partner's hand. 2 hearts and 2 diamonds here generally is played as a semi-natural but forcing. So we'll start with 2 diamonds. It's cheaper to let partner bids 2 hearts for him to describe better his hand if he has hearts.
Savannah's bid 2 diamonds. Now, most people play this as forcing for 1 round without discussing, and it could be just values. So I've got an obvious 2 spade bid. The key for me here is if I had 3 spades, I would always jump to 3 spades. I would never bid 2 spades with 3. If I had 3 spades and unbalanced hand with 6 clubs, I may well have raised 1 spade to 2 spades anyway if I'm minimum. So it's clear to me that 2 spades should never be free here.
Partner bids 2 spades. This very often will be, for expert standard, an honor doubleton spade. So a jack doubleton or queen doubleton. Could still have 6 clubs, could have still many other hands. We'll bid 2 no trumps, as that will ask partner to describe further his hand. We'll expect partner to bid 3 clubs if his club suit is good. He can bid 3 no trumps if his hand is kind of 6-3, 2-2 balanced. He can bid 3 hearts or 3 diamonds if his values are there. Everything will be semi-natural now.
Right, Stefano's continued with 2 no trumps, and this must be forcing. Otherwise, he could have bid 2 no trumps the last round. So I'm going to just reiterate that I've got 7 clubs now, not 6. So 3 clubs looks obvious.
So partner bid 3 clubs, confirming a good 6-card club suit. So our king 1 club now is definitely a filler. So let's warn partner that clubs are trumps clubs.
Yeah, my hand's okay. It's nothing special. Queen of spades is a good card. Ace of diamonds is obviously a useful card, and the king of hearts quite good, but clubs aren't great, but partner has supported, so I'm not expecting a club loser when I've got 7. So I'm worth a cubit of 4 diamonds.
All right, 4 diamonds. That looks very likely to be the ace of diamonds, unlikely to be a singleton, because that would give the player maybe 7, 2, 3, 1, just about possible, but really smelling like the ace of diamonds. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's see how many key cards partner has. Right, so partner has only 1 key card. That is disappointing. 7 is now off the table. We don't really have space to investigate if partner has the queen of clubs. But he bid 3 clubs, having already shown 6. So 3 clubs is a good club suit. So it's hard to imagine many good club suits where he doesn't have the queen. Maybe ace, jack, 10, 9 to 6. Ace, jack, 9 to 7, but then again, we'll just have to get the clubs in. I'm sure with the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, the queen 1 spade, we'll have plenty of tricks to go on the side. I could possibly bid 6 no trumps, but there is a slight danger of needing a spade rough to set up the spades, and there being a little problem in hearts. So let's try 6 clubs.
Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be the one to beat this hand. What should I lead? Well, Stefano bid spades, and Peter did support it, though, you know, they alerted that it was there could be as few as 2. But hey, if they have 8 cards in the black suit, so that would make my partner void. So I think my only hope here is to lead a spade.
But dummy's good. We're in a good contract, but the right contract is 6 no trumps, because basically 6 no trumps is completely solid unless the clubs are 4-0. So we should be there, because there's always the danger in 6 clubs that we might run into a rough. I've got a spade lead, and that looks a bit suspicious. So given that the hand on my right is followed with the 4, it's probably likely that the hand has led from 5 spades. Otherwise, if he'd led a singleton, the hand on my right might well have played the 8 or the 9. So I've got a choice of plays here. I mean, the normal play and the percentage play is just to play a trump and hope they can't get a rough. The other option, if the hand with 5 spades has got the ace of clubs and their partner has got at least 2 clubs, so that they can take a rough, is to try and take the heart finesse and pitch my spade on the jack of hearts. But that requires the heart queen to be on side. It requires the hearts to be 5-3 or 4-4. It's certainly an anti-percentage play, and I'm not going to do that. If I happen to lose to the ace of clubs and they take a spade rough, I'll just be irritated with myself for not having played the hand in 6 no trumps, where I have no problems in the play. Now, if the ace had been on my right, see, they could have won the ace and played a spade, and I'd have gone down if the clubs had been either singleton ace on my left or ace doubleton on my left. Well, if I play 3 rounds of hearts, pitching a spade, play a diamond to the ace, and now lead a club up, there's nothing they can do. Because if they win the ace, I've no more spades left. I've effectively come down to a singleton spade originally by pitching one. So if they play a spade now and West roughs, I can just over rough. I mean, I knew the spades could be 5-1, but the percentage is definitely to play a club. Though the spades look 5-1 from the lead and chips 4 at trick 1, they don't have to be 5-1, and you'd look very silly playing the heart finesse and going down when the spades weren't 5-1. And if they are 5-1, you do need the hand with 5 to have the ace of clubs, and you do need the other hand to have at least 2 clubs.
So the absence of a disruptive diamond bid at this table allows Peter and Stefano to have a good auction to slam. Even if, as Peter says, it's not the best slam, it's going to mean a hefty 12-imp swing in favour of the pro team, who now lead by 24 imps to 19. This is turning out to be a real roller coaster of a match.
Okay, I'm vulnerable, and I picked up a nice hand with 5 spades, and I can open a spade.
2 spades is normal. It's on the heavy side, but I think it falls into normal parameters.
We're not vulnerable versus vulnerable. My partner's a passed hand. The question is, am I overdoing it if I just jump to 4 hearts here? Is there any need for me to do that? They might not even be in game, the opponents. But I can't resist it. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to bid 4 hearts.
Okay, now I have a tough decision. Sally's race is typically only a 3-card race, so a lot of the spades could be sitting over me. That's a danger. I seem to have quite a reasonable amount of defense. I think I'm going to double and see if Sally can make the right decision, whether to bid 4 spades or defend 4 hearts doubled.
Doesn't seem any reason for me to disagree with him. I have a balanced hand, I have a heart on, I have 3 small spades. I have no reason to bid.
Okay, she leaves it in. That may not mean she has a lot of defense. She just thinks it's better than trying 4 spades. The ace of clubs is my safest lead, so I'm going to try that.
That queen 2 of trumps in Maggie's hand is nice. It looks like I'm going to lose 2 clubs and a spade and a heart, down 1. So I'm expecting to go off 100 here, so it should be okay, this board. They seem to have a double fit in spades and diamonds, so down 100 should be fine for us. But I'm not just going to give it to them on a plate. Let's just see, give them a chance to stuff up. I might even make 4. I doubt it playing these 2. But who knows? Who knows? I'm forever the optimist.
This is a slightly tricky situation because he might have led, say, singleton ace and be looking for a suit preference signal. I mean, often you would play the queen to let partner know you had the jack. Yeah, I think it's a bit risky to play the queen of clubs because he might think it was the suit preference signal. And the last thing I want him to do is play a spade. So I'm going to play a low club.
I'm just going to false card on this club lead just on the hope that something might go right for me if I do.
I can see that Sally has played her smallest club, although she could still have started with Jack 6 or Queen 6. But most likely is that she's got 3 to an honor. I could delay my decision at trick 2 by cashing the king of clubs, but I don't see the point, and I'm scared of playing either a diamond away from king jack or a spade away from the king. So at this point, I'm going to exit passively in trumps and see what happens.
Well, I could play the ace of hearts here clearly, but I'm not that clear about what I should do next. So I think I'm going to duck the heart and hope I have a better idea when I get in.
Okay, so Sally looks like she's ducked her ace. So I've got no chance now, I don't think, of ever making 10 tricks. I haven't got an entry to dummy anymore. Even if I play a low spade up towards that queen, I just can never get across there. Down 1 doubled it is, but I think it's going to be an okay board.
Okay, I'm going to grab the king of spades, just in case Bridget has been tricky from ace 1. But I don't believe she has, because if I have another heart to play, she would have blocked her spade suit in that case. Sally has 1 high card, I know that, and I think it's most likely the ace of spades. I'm going to cash the king of clubs and just continue the jack of spades.
Okay, so as Bridget says, it's an inescapable 1 down. I love her moments of optimism, and we've all played against opponents who can find a way to let you make contracts like this. But these guys aren't amongst them. So minus 100 for north-south here. Another interesting hand, though. Let's see what they make of it at the other table.
Okay, so I've got another exciting hand here. I've got 8 hearts. I'm again at favourable vulnerability. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Raj has opened a spade and Chip's bid 2 spades. I sort of hate these sort of hands because I know if I bid 4 hearts here that in all likelihood the next hand's going to bid 4 spades. And I don't like to give myself the last guess in any of these auctions. It's one of the things I try to do when I'm playing is to avoid the last guess. By bidding 4 hearts here, if the next hand bids 4 spades, really I've got the last guess. But what are my alternatives? I could bid 3 hearts and hope that they only bid 3 spades, and now then I have to bid 4 hearts. But that won't work. If they bid 4 spades, I'll be in exactly the same boat. So I don't really think I've got many options other than to bid 4 hearts here. I don't like it because of the last guess situation, but I don't think I'm left with any choices. And surprise, surprise, Raj has bid 4 spades and it's come back to me. Now, what do I do now? Well, you can double here, which would be basically short spades and inviting partner to bid. I haven't got that hand. Or I can take a decision to bid 5 hearts myself. Or how many losers have I got in 5 hearts? Well, I'm probably going to lose at most 2 hearts, a spade and a club. So that's only 4 tricks. So even if partner's got nothing, I'm going to get out for 500, for 300, and they're vulnerable. So I'm going to bid 5 hearts here. The downside of bidding 5 hearts here is obviously they're not making 4 spades, and then I've done the wrong thing completely. But I think it's the percentage action to bid 5 hearts. I wish I wasn't in this position, but that's where I am.
Okay, so I have a nice easy lead here of the ace of clubs, so I will lead that. Right, my partner gives me the 6 of clubs. Now I can look at the dummy and see the 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that 6 has to be discouraging. He must want to switch to something. I wonder what he wants me to switch to. Well, I don't really know, but he did support my spades, so maybe he's thinking that we need to cash a spade trick here, and he has the ace. So I'm going to switch to a spade and see what happens. Oh, well, the queen holds. That's kind of a disaster. Clearly, that's not the switch he wanted. I wonder what he did want.
Looks like Rajath and Chip may have had a bit of a communication mishap there. It's bound to happen from time to time in an unfamiliar partnership. Peter gets out for 1 off in 5 hearts doubled, so the same minus 100 as Bridget had for 1 off in 4 hearts doubled at the other table. No swing, and the pros still lead by 24 imps to 19 as we go to board 7.
Well, I've got a lovely hand, 17 points, beautiful diamonds. It's a flat hand, and I'm wondering to myself whether I should upgrade this to a 18-19 balanced hand, i.e. opening a diamond, or whether I just bid 1 no trump, showing 15 to 17. I don't like the look of my majors, so I'm just going to open 1 no trump.
Partners opened a no trump. Look, I know I should just transfer here and pass. 100% I should, but it's just looks to me like an extremely nice 7 count, and it's one of these hands that is going to go so beautifully if my partner has the right hand for me. I've got nice intermediates. I wish I had access to my favourite website, Kaplan Rubens, and I'd put it in. I'm sure it's worth a bit more than 7. I think it's probably worth 8. It'd be really fun if we could make game on this hand, so I am going to take the risk. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm going to do something naughty. I'm going to invite now and show my 5 heart and 4 spades shape. Eek! She's gone to 3 no trumps. We don't have a major fit. I hope she's not too cross with me.
Okay, this is a very good play by my world champion partner. By putting the king of spades on the jack, she's allowing me to control the suit. We can hold declare to only 2 spade tricks. Obviously, for a similar reason, I'm not going to cover the jack of clubs and allowing them to have an entry with the 10. Okay, I might as well grab the 9 of spades because either declarer has blocked the suit and has the 10 in hand, or partner has the 10, so no reason to let this go. I'm going to make it absolutely clear to partner what's going on, so I'm going to cash the king of hearts to tell her what the heart suit looks like and that I have an entry, and set up my club trick.
And there's nothing much more to the play here. After cashing her 2 black suit winners, Maggie will play some diamonds and receive the less than devastating news that her 8 isn't going to take a trick. She'll take 3 diamonds and give up gracefully on the last 2 tricks. A tidy 600 for north-south. Hard to imagine anything dramatically different at the other table, but we've said that before and been wrong. Let's take a look.
All right, so we have a 17 count, and we do play 15, 17 no trumps. But my hand is a bit too strong for one no trump because we have 5 running diamond tricks. Ace, queen of clubs are on us together, and the jack of spades has a 10 accompanying it. So we have all of these positive features, very, very few negative features besides the low double and heart. It's definitely worth, in my opinion, an upgrade. So let's start with 1 diamond. Partner bids 1 heart. Let's follow up with 2 no trumps, as we planned originally. 3 no trumps from partner. Partner generally won't have 5 hearts or 4 spades because they could have looked for a fit, or they will just kind of be balanced. Okay, let's see. Okay, partner does have 5 hearts and does have 4 spades. He did not try to declare in a major, but a very balanced hand, that seems fair enough. Singleton in my diamond suit. Firstly, this 10 of diamond lead could be from 10-9 to 4, but since it's my suit, very unattractive lead, they must have a good reason to lead it. We have a lot of tricks to establish. We can try clubs. If we give up a club, we have 1 more. If the club finesse is on, we have 3 clubs. So if the club finesse is on, that'll give us 4 diamonds, 3 clubs, and a spade. That's 8. So the 2 suits we can establish is clubs and spades. Hearts we can also attack, but hearts is much more difficult. We would need to play, we're missing the ace, king, jack, 9. So playing hearts would require quite a lot to go right. Spades, we're just missing king, queen, 8. And it's a suit that we need probably to develop first. Clubs should be played probably from dummy. And we don't want to cash our diamonds early because we squeeze dummy. If we start cashing diamonds, we have nothing to pitch from dummy. If we pitch too many hearts, they can clear the hearts. If we pitch the spades, that was our source of tricks. So we want to keep our suits protected. We don't want to run the suits, the long suit, because we don't really care what opponents discard. This is one hand where we need to refrain from cashing our long suit and establish our side suits. If everything goes well in spades, so spades are 3-3, or if king queen is on side of spades, maybe you find an 8 doubleton or something, you can easily get 3 spade tricks. That'll be 3 spades, 2 clubs is 5, 4 diamonds is 9. That seems to be our best plan. So let's play on spades. Two queen. Okay, so the king is still outstanding. An interesting point is that once your jack of spades loses to the queen, the chance of your next spade finesse to work is not 50% anymore. It's now 66% because of restricted choice. Sometimes they win the queen, sometimes they win the king if they had king queen. So half of those cases are gone. The diamond comes back. The 6 of diamonds came back. So we're still missing the 3 and the 5. So this 6 could be some 6-5 or 6-3. We still don't know if diamonds are 4-3, if they're 5-2, but they're smelling like they are 5-2. From dummy, we can still safely pitch a heart. Pitching 2 hearts would start getting risky, but let's see. We continue with our spade plan. Okay, the 8 came down. It looked like they were 3-3, or there was the king to 4 on my left. That is good for us because now we've kind of guaranteed we have made the contract. We've only lost 1 spade and we can potentially lose 3 hearts at most. So let's carry on playing spades. Okay, so a club was pitched. Diamonds were not pitched, so now we could have a very small problem here. So if diamonds were 4-3 all along, we could just play a club to the ace and cash our diamonds. We could try a club finesse as well, but the club finesse loses. We could lose 3 heart tricks because it could be honor jack of hearts offside. So if the club finesse loses, they play a heart back. We can lose 3 hearts, a club, and a spade. So now we kind of have to guess. Are diamonds 4-3 to begin with, and everything else is wrong? Or are diamonds 5-2, and either the club finesse is right and the jack of hearts finesse is right? It feels to me that playing a club finesse now is percentage. So let's go with that. All right. So I'll just ask you here, club finesse is wrong. I'm just asking my opponents now how many diamonds they have, and it seems they don't break well. So we will be scoring 11 tricks.
As we suspected, not dramatically different. But some interesting analysis from Stefano, and that 1 extra trick gives the pros 1 more imp and increases their lead to 25-19 as we head into the last board. Still anybody's game.
Sally has opened a heart here. Should I overcall a no trump here? I don't like my king and queen of hearts in that doubleton like that. I suppose it's really just the equivalent of having an ace of hearts and a singleton, so it's kind of like a 14 count, but I do have a 5-card club suit, and my ace and king of diamonds are nice. That's 2 tricks. It feels a little bit marginal to me, but I'm going to try it. Here we go, 1 no trump.
Sally has opened a heart, which I like, but then Bridges has come in with a no trump, which is a bit of a warning signal. Hearts could be breaking badly behind, or any honors that we need onside might be offside. In a sense, she has solved my problem, because I wouldn't have been sure what to do after 1 hard pass. But now, after the no trump overcall, I think there's only 1 call, and that's 2 hearts.
Oh, these hands fit really well together. It looks like we've missed a game, or might have missed a game, but I think we've missed a game, but such is life. Yeah, I can ruff a couple of clubs in the dummy and think about taking a spade finesse for a trick at the end, which is probably right. So I'm just going, I could have tried setting up the diamonds, but this looks a better way. I can ruff a club and come back to a heart. Ruff another club. Ruff a diamond. No, nothing to do to play trumps because all the diamonds are good in the dummy. And I've made 11. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. But I don't know how we're supposed to bid that.
Well, if the patrons find a way to bid it, then there's a chance for them to snatch a fabulous victory here. We couldn't wish for more dramatic tension going into the last board of the match.
So, right, on to the last board, and Chips opened a heart. Well, I've got maybe 3 options here, although I don't really like 2 of them very much. I could overcall 2 clubs, but I've got a 15 count with a bad suit. I don't really see that's a sensible option. The other options are to overcall a no trump. I would do that if I had King Queen 1 heart and 2 small spades, or King Queen 1 heart and 1 card less in one of the other suits, but I don't like it very much with King Queen Doubleton. In effect, unless partner's got the jack, I've only got 1 stopper in the heart suit, and they're going to lead a heart and maybe place another or duck it, and they're going to be able to take a few heart tricks. So the third option is to double. Now, this is much more attractive to me. I'm not saying it's a great bid. I'd like to have 4 spades, but certainly double gets my rough shape across. Partner knows I've always got at least 3 spades unless I've got a strong hand. And in a partner may have 5 spades, we may be able to compete to 2 spades and on a 4-3 fit and push them to the 3 level. So double looks very clear to me of the 3 options.
Okay, my partner opens a heart and Peter doubles. Now we are behind, but not completely out of reach in this match, and we need a bit of a swing. So I have 8 high card points, a singleton, and heart support. After Peter's double, I think I'm just going to bid 4 hearts. A couple of things could happen. One is we could make it. 8 high card points, a singleton, some nice roughing values. The other thing is they could think my bid was preemptive, and they may think we're stealing from them and go to 4 spades, which I would double. I think there's a couple of good things that could happen out of this 4 hearts bid. So and not a lot of downside given the state of the match. So I am going to bid 4 hearts.
Okay, here we are, the last board. The dreaded big blunder hasn't appeared today. Now I want to remain especially alert. We could still win this match. Good bid, partner. The lead of the diamond ace and a switch to spades. Last time that happened to me, I failed to deduce that the ace was stiff. Could it be stiff here? Do I have to worry about a diamond ruff? If I lead hearts from the board and finesse, Peter will have no way to put Stefano on lead. The spade 8 probably isn't from the spade queen, and I could always finesse later. Now I just need trump to break. Okay, good. Oops, what have I done? With all that needless worry about a diamond ruff, I forgot about the clubs.
Poor Chip. The combination of Peter's entirely normal lead of the ace of diamonds and the diamond length in dummy caused him to focus on the danger of a ruff and to overlook the fact that he needed those little trumps in the dummy to ruff his club losers. So unlucky for him that such an easy slip decides the outcome of the match, especially as he and his teammates have done so well to reach this point. Oh well, in the words of the Roman historian Livy, we were defeated in a great battle. It was a great contest, which I very much enjoyed watching, and I hope you did too.